Ukraine says its future may depend on the brutal battles currently raging around Bakhmut, but there are growing splits between officials in Kyiv and some Western military analysts over the best approach to what could be a decisive period in the conflict. For months, Ukraine's defense of the eastern city has held up and worn down Russian forces while serving as a potent symbol of the country's defiance. Now, as Moscow's assault intensifies, a number of observers have questioned whether Kyiv's decision to reinforce the area rather than retreat is being driven more by the political desire to avoid a high-profile defeat than by military logic. A long-speculated Ukrainian withdrawal from the battered city has not materialized, with President Volodymyr Zelensky and his military chiefs instead betting that they can buy critical time and benefits for a future counteroffensive by doubling down. Russian forces, led for months by mercenary fighters from the Wagner private military company and reinforced by newly mobilized reservists, have intensified their winter campaign to seize the city despite taking massive losses. It's a key prize for the Kremlin, and capturing it would be Russia's first major victory in nearly a year. That unceasing pressure has left Ukrainian troops surrounded on three sides and facing an increasingly dire situation. Ukrainians should have pulled back weeks ago, defense analyst Konrad Muzika, the director of Rochin Consulting, based in Poland, which specializes in Russia and Belarus, told News. It just doesn't make sense to defend the city right now, said Muzika, who recently visited the area with colleagues. He was outlining a view that has become increasingly common among some close observers of the conflict. The defense of Bakhmut was crucial both strategically and symbolically, but the situation has deteriorated to the point that it may now be more costly than it is worth. Kyiv is now suffering such heavy losses, Muzika said, that it could be setting back its own hopes of successful advances in the future. There is now just one main road out of Bakhmut under Ukrainian control, with the mining hub that was once home to around 80,000 reduced to artillery craters and muddy trenches. But Ukrainian officials have doubled down on their strategy, insisting that holding the city was in fact critical to their future operations even as losses mount on both sides. Ukraine's future hinges on the outcome of the battles raging in Bakhmut and nearby areas, Zelensky said this week, as he underscored his commitment to holding out in the city. There was a clear position of the entire command: strengthen this sector and destroy the occupiers to the maximum, he said in his nightly video address Tuesday. Officials in Kyiv have insisted the battle both restricts Russian advances by forcing Moscow to throw troops and equipment into Bakhmut, while laying the ground for future Ukrainian advances by allowing their own reserves more time to prepare. Their position was given public backing in Washington on Wednesday. Ukraine has fixed the Russian forces at that city and they're exacting very heavy costs on the Wagner Group and the Russian regular military, the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Mark Milley, told a news briefing. News has reached out to the Ukrainian government for further comment. For its part, Moscow hopes Bakhmut could open a path to capturing the rest of its surrounding region. The city lies in the northeastern part of Donetsk province, one half